I'm going to show you 10 things I really hated about the iPhone and how I was able to fix it. First off, the photos autoplay. Now you can see if I go to my gallery here and I want to play a video, you can see it'll start autoplaying with no audio as well. I really didn't like this. Now the way I was able to fix it, I had to go to settings. Now on settings, I want to scroll all the way down and I want to go to apps. Now on apps, I just want to find the photos app here. So just tap on photos. Now on photos, you want to scroll all the way down again and then you want to find autoplay motion. Turn that off. Now, once you turn autoplay motion off, if I go to my Photos app here and I go to my video, you can see it won't autoplay anymore. I have to tap it manually and it'll already play with audio as well. That's a really great fix that I found early on. Now, all of the other things I have frustration with is, for example, my password autofill function, right? So on my password autofill, sometimes Apple doesn't have a autofill function, right? Sometimes it bugs out and sometimes it gets it wrong as well. Now, there's a really easy way you can actually enter in manually all of the safe password you have. You just have to tap on this key icon here. And then on this key icon, you can see it'll show all of your available password here. So for example, I want to use this login credential and I want to tap on use password once. And then you can see it'll enter in automatically just like that. The next thing I found a great solution for is that sometimes we have annoying notification, right? Now I have a really easy way for you to turn this off really quickly, right? So you want to swipe down from the top left here. And then you want to turn off the notification you don't want. For example, here I have a Discord notification here. All I have to do is I have to swipe left like this. And you can see there's going to be an options part that's going to appear here, right? You just want to tap on options here. And then you want to turn off all Discord notification if you don't want this notification. Or you can mute it for 1 hour, mute for today. If you want to add it to contacts, you can do that as well. Or if you want to view the in-depth settings, just tap on view settings like this. And then you can see it'll show the settings like this. Now, if you don't want notification for Discord, just turn it off like this. And then all of the notification will be turned off just from the notifications center by swiping left from the upper left there. Now, while we're on the settings as well, when I first got my iPhone, when I used it for navigation when I was in my car, it used to suggest significant location. So that means it was tracking my location and I didn't really like that. I was very uncomfortable with it. So if I go to settings and I go to privacy and security here, and then you have to go to location and services and you want to scroll all the way down until you find system services. Tap on that. Now on system services, scroll all the way down and then on significant location here, you want to turn it off like this. Just turn it off like that and then it'll stop tracking your data just like that. Another thing I wasn't used to is that if I have to go to my mail option here, if I go to mail, you can see it'll automatically sort it to primary, transaction, updates, and also promotions. I didn't really like how this was categorized, so all I had to do was tap on the 3 dots up here, and then I just have to tap on list view, and then you can see it'll automatically sort it back into the list view I was completely used for before. Another thing I didn't really like is that when I used to get call, it would be really annoying because it would take up my whole screen here, right? So I used to change it. Now, all you have to do is that you have to go to settings. Now on settings, I just go back here. Now on settings, you just want to find apps. Now on apps, I just find the phone. Now, on phone, you can see on preferred language, there's incoming calls here, right? Now, on incoming calls, you can see I switched it to banner. Let's not switch it to full screen because if it's full screen, it'll take up the whole thing. So when I get calls, it'll just show up on the top right section of my phone here. Now, when using the iPhone as well, I've tried using Siri as well. So for example here, Siri, call, name, right? But sometimes I refer to them as their nickname and not as my real name, right? Because I would obviously save them as their real name and not their nickname. So there is a workaround to this. First off, you have to go to contacts here. Now on contacts here, you can see I have someone named Tess, yes, right? But I want to name them Teye or something like that, right? Now all I have to do is that I have to scroll down and then I want to tap on add field here. Now on add field, tap on nickname here, and I want to call them, for example, like that, right? So when I want to name them or I want to call them with Siri, I can name them by Tess, yes, or this, and then Siri will recognize them as that. Another thing I found annoying when I was using Siri is that sometimes it'll suggest or share something that I didn't want to, right? To contacts that I didn't really want to, and I want to turn it off. You have to go to settings. Now on settings, just have to go to Siri. On Siri, just have to go to show when sharing here, turn that off, and then it'll give you a much cleaner look.